Okay, welcome to the channel and welcome to this new 1850 point battle report between the forces of chaos. I wouldn't say they're chaos, I'd say they're more liberators of the Corpse Emperor against the one and only Imperium of Man. But we are specifically going to be fighting a certain type of that faction. Today my opponent is going to be Greg. Say hi, Greg.
Hello.
And Greg has brought down very kindly his Imperial Guard, or Astra Militarum. Which one do you prefer them to be referenced as?
I don't mind.
Okay.
I don't mind.
Okay. And there's also a retinue of Inquisition that have come along as well, because they've heard rumours that there is a Chaos warband stretching across this planet of Escadora, looking for a relic, but they've come to stop them as well. So in the previous battle report, you may have noticed that the Harlequins stopped the main ritual going off, so we don't know where the relic is. But because we've taken such a defeat in that game, we are now pushing into the local Hive city, trying to recruit some followers. So that's the aim of today's game. Right, so we're going to be playing Disruptive... what is it again? Disruptive
Signals.
Disruptive Signals, and let's go and take a look at the armies. Okay, so this is the Imperial Guard army that I'm going to be taking on today. It is a very nice Steel Legion / Cadian force. It's a bit of a mix, but it's a beautiful army nonetheless. So Greg, where are we going to start off with?
Okay, we'll start off with me commanders. This is Commander Clayton Ironskull Roth. He leads my armies, as you've already said, which are a little bit of a culmination of Imperial Guard regiments in his command. Also, we've got the main man, Commissar Yarrick, and Primaris Psyker Grayson, my 3 HQ choices today. And then to take you through the rest of the units, starting at this end, got the Rattling Twins.
Nice.
Here, an elite choice. A squadron of Lehman Russes. Hopefully not having to do too much work today as a tech priest.
Excellent.
Here are 3 infantry squads, all kitted out the same, of Steel Legion Guardsmen.
So what's in each unit?
10-man units, each one with a heavy weapons team, which is a missile launcher, a special weapon, which will be, I can't see it at the moment, but there will be a man in there with a grenade launcher, and sergeant with a las pistol and a chainsword.
Excellent, okay.
And there's 4 of those. They're all the same, except for this infantry unit. These are me lads. They jump out of the Valkyrie. And so they got the grav chutes, they got the respirators. They're slightly different loadout. They haven't got a heavy weapons team. And they'll also be accompanied by this lieutenant. The first of the heavy weapons teams here, heavy bolters. Another lieutenant, and he's got a command squad with him with 2 plasma guns and 2 las guns.
Cool.
The second heavy weapons team here, they got las cannons.
Terrifying.
The 4th infantry squad, my 2nd Chimera, loaded as it is seen. Squadron of armoured sentinels. And then lastly, on the end, is Inquisitor Greyfax and her retinue. She's got 6 acolytes with her. Again, loaded out with what you see on the models. A demon host and Jakero weaponsmith. And they bought a getting a bit carried away there, sorry. They bought a Chimera.
I was going to say, Landry. Excellent. Well, brilliant. Well, these look absolutely fantastic. I'm a little bit scared to get absolutely dappered off the table. You're going to see why. So let's go and take a look at the Forces of Chaos. Okay, so this is the Chaos Force that's going to be taken on the Imperial Guard today. We are bringing in the Golden Boys, the cultists themselves, because those cultists are the bee's knees. They are definitely the MVPs of this campaign so far, even though they've only had 1 game, but they're going to be the MVPs. So to start things off in our HQ selection, we do have the Lord in Terminator armor with the Power Fist and Combi Bolter. He does have the Angel's Bane Bolter relic, and that is now going to be named Eldron. So he's a Slaneshi Terminator Lord who is trying to gain the favour of the Dark Prince, and you'll see why. Next to him we have the Sorcerer with Jump Pack called Balian, sorry, can't even read my writing. He is a sorcerer of Slaanesh. He's been in every single game so far, so he's come back with a vengeance. Right, first of many trick choices, well, one anyway. We've got the cultists. I almost call them guardsmen. Cultist squad. Wizzywig, as you see, with auto guns. Sergeant has a power sword. Well, he's denoted with a power sword. He doesn't really have a power sword. But yeah, so they're back again. 16 of them. We got 10 Chaos Space Marines. Champion has Power Axe Plasma Pistol with 2 plasma guns in there. That squad has 12 men in it, with the icon of Vengeance, so they get +1 leadership. Then over here we have another Chaos Space Marine squad, 13 man this time, with 2 plasma guns. Sergeant does not have plasma pistol, does have Power Fist however, and then they have the icon of Vengeance as well. In heavy support we've got the traditional chain gun Havocs. And then we've also got a Leviathan. Now, if you're wondering why they're in the Sons of Horus colour scheme, I still haven't painted them over yet, but I thought it'd be fine. You know, the Black Legion still had some people in green before they all went black. Well, majority of them anyway. So this guy has the Siege Claw, well, the Siege Drill rather. It's got the Butcher Cannon array, and it's also got the Hell Flamers. Then we've also got a Lamb Raider. What you see is what you get, so twin heavy bolters and 2 twin las cannons. And then as a patrol detachment, because the Dark Gods was so happy with the way we butchered Harlequins last game, we have some Demons of Slaanesh. So we have 30 Demonettes. 180 points for a unit of 30 is actually quite tasty. These were painted up in the last week, so we're going to see how well they do on the table. We've got a Herald of Slaanesh to give them +1 strength, because that is awesome. And then to round up that, we have got a Keeper of Secrets. There is another 3 on the way, so you'll see more of that hopefully soon. They still will need to do their psychic powers and all that jam. So let's go and set up. Okay, so this is how the battle starts. So on this end, we have the contingent of demons and the wonderful, wonderful cultists heading up the battlefield. Gain some inspiration, we'll call it inspiration, from the Greater Demon. We've got the Warlord down here. Next to the Lamb Raider, has the Havocs inside. In here we have the Leviathan. We've got Chaos Space Marine Squad number 1, Chaos Sorcerer with Jump Pack, and Chaos Space Marine Unit number 2. And that is pretty much the army. Across the table we have guardsmen all lovely and well set up. We've got Leman Russes everywhere, we've got Chimeras, we've got Sentinels in the centre. Then on the other side we've got the heavy weapons team that they've all bunkered down as they look across the battlefield, seeing a rolling mist slowly and eerily approach them, not knowing what's in that mist. Over in the corner here we do have a Valkyrie. I think the idea is that we're going to have the Valkyrie sort of coming in as a reinforcement post. It's going to come over and it's going to try and secure at all costs the landing pad for no apparent reason other than it's thematical and it's really, really cool.
Yeah, that seems like quite a fun thing to do, doesn't it?
Exactly. So we've got objective 2 in the middle. We've got objective 6 over here. We've got objective number 4 down here. Objective number 3 on the landing pad. And then over here we've got objective 5. And then on the other side, I think it's on the other side, is it over in that corner over here?
There's number 1 here. These vets are standing on. And you said number 5, didn't you?
Yeah.
I think you've got them all.
Yeah, and then we've got the Sneaky Inquisition over there, ready to bring the pain, as it were.
Well, she is a witch hunter.
Yeah, she's going to try and kill my cultists before I can actually recruit them. We can't have that, so we've got to kill Greyfax, got to kill her. The Warlord for your army is going to be Yarrick.
That's correct.
And he's got the Warlord trait to issue out orders, hasn't he?
That's right.
Because that is rather thematic, you know. You will listen to Yarrick when he yells at you. My Warlord has got the CP recharging ability. and he's down here, about to give rerolls to 1 to hit rolls. And then very slyly in the corner over there, we do have a Chimera. Is it empty? No, it's got stuff in there, isn't it?
No, all the transports are full.
Okay, awesome. So, I deployed first. Currently, I'm set to go first. So, Greg, would you like to see if you can change destiny?
I'm certainly hoping so. No.
It's a 5. Okay, so we're going to go to Chaos Space Marine, turn 1. So, end of Chaos, turn 1 movement. As you can see, the Keeper of Secrets has stridden forward, taking the lead. She's going to get targeted anyway, so it doesn't matter if she's behind units. But she is taking up her position next to Objective 6, looking very scarily down at the Guardsman and the Battle Tank opposite her. The Cultists have moved up, backing her up. The Demonettes didn't really feel like running today. They sort of went for a little power walk. The Herald did go absolutely flying up the board. The Havocs have jumped out of the Lamb Raider. The Lamb Raider's moved up as well, bringing its guns to bear on some Lehman Russes, hopefully. Or at least a Lehman Russ. No, both of them are there. The Lord has gone up to get his aura buff out in the open. Over here, the Leviathan has gone through the building, has walked up to there. Chaos Space Marine Squad 1 has moved up to get into position. They didn't advance, and that the Chaos Sorcerer was also moved up for some shenanigans. While Chaos Space Marine Squad 2 is currently sitting on Objective 4, protecting it for dear life. So, we're going to go into the Psychic phase now. So the first power we're going to cast is the Slanesh power, which is Cacophonic Choir. It requires a warp charge of 6, because it's Slanesh, obviously. It's 18-inch range, and I have to pick the closest unit. And when I measured it, it seemed like that was 15, and the Guardsmen were 14. But Greg, you can always double check if you want.
No, I'll trust you.
Alright, so Keeper of Secrets is going to cast it. It needs a 6. Would really like this to go off. Goes off on a 5. Doesn't go off on a 5, sorry. Now, do I want to re-roll that? Different phase. You do get to unbind, don't you? Yeah, so I'm going to spend a command point, because I really do want this to go off. I'm going to take the 2. So a 3+ would be grand. It does go off with an 8, which is good, because it means it's not +2 to your leadership test.
Have a little measure up, that's why I got me tape out. Nope, I can't deny.
Okay, so we now need to do a leadership test on them, please, on that Guardsman unit, which is leadership 7 is the highest in that unit. So we're going to take leadership 7, and essentially for every point I beat you by, they take mortal wounds.
Okay.
So let's see what we get. Yeah. 5. I think they're fine. You don't like my singing apparently.
It's the helmets. It still leads in helmets. Well padded out. Can't hear nothing. Can only hear the litanies of the Emperor in my own mind.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, so instead we're going to go with... No, we're not going to go with that. We're going to try Smite. Closest unit.
So it'll be the same unit again?
Yeah. Smite! I get it off on a 5 at least.
Okay.
So D3 more wounds. 3 more wounds.
Okay. 3 Guardsmen are smited immediately.
Then we're going to... What is the range of Smite?
18.
18. Do you mind measuring 18 from my Herald and my Sorcerer to anything around near you to see if anything's within 18?
Not the Sorcerer.
Herald's this one.
The Herald looks like it's in roughly the same place as the Sorcerer. So 18 lands you about here, I'm afraid.
Okay, so that means no more smiting, but we could get Delightful Agonies off, which could be fun. Well, let's go warp charge of 6. Nearest enemy unit that's within 18, yeah, everything's in 18. So we're going to do with, yeah, basically, the other one I said, the Delightful Agonies. So it's cast on a 5, and then every time a unit that it's cast on loses a wound on a 5+, they ignore it. So it's feel no pain.
Who's casting this? Sorry, the sorcerer?
The sorcerer is going to cast it, and he's going to cast it on... he is going to cast it on... I think I can cast it on the Leviathan. Because it just says Slanesh, Heretic Astartes. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cast it on the Leviathan.
The Leviathan's got the mark of Slanesh.
Whole army has Mark of Slanesh, unless they're the troops. In which case they can't. Well, they don't, because I picked the icon of Vengeance, giving them +1 leadership. So, Leviathan, 5 up. But definitely gets it with a 10. So that goes off. So the Leviathan now has life wagon. He's in bliss, as they say. Right, that's the end of the psychic phase then, because everything's quite short range in psychic. So we're going to go to shooting phase, and we'll come back at the end of the shooting phase.
We do.
I bet you do. Right, so end of chaos, turn 1 shooting. This phase went absolutely nutty. So there was a unit of last cannons up there. They hunkered down. They tried their best hiding behind Ferrocrete and tried to basically weather the storm. The Leviathan targeted up, blew apart the top floor with the butcher cannon, rinsing everything in sight. The Lamb Raider took 5 wounds off that Lehman Russ over there and managed to, well, just cause it some pain. It's now down to half wounds. And then the MVPs of the game so far, I guess, the Havocs opened fire on 2 separate units. So the first unit was a unit of heavy bolters. They were completely wiped out. They were over here. They have completely gone. And then I popped Endless Cacophony and then wiped out the squad that was manning that front building there. In the psychic phase, obviously, you saw what happened, but that guardsman squad over there has taken further casualties from a single autogun, getting a random headshot, pinging off the Steel Legion's helmet, and one penetrated through the other. So they've got 1 kill to their name so far, and they will need to take a morale test at -4. And we're now going to go into charges, which there is none because I am not in charge range. So we're just going to go straight to the morale phase at that point then. So Greg, would you like to take a morale test on that guard squad for me, please?
No.
No.
I'm actually looking for a stratagem at the moment.
Okie dokie.
Find it in my deck. I haven't lost a card. That for 1 command point, it allows guardsmen to take their leadership on a D3 rather than a D6.
Oh, that could be
And I
handy.
know it, 100%. It is real, honestly. I won't make it up.
Right, we'll get back to you in a second then.
But I can't find it right now. So I'm going to roll me D3. They can't fail on a D3 because their leadership is from a 7 down to a 3, and I can't roll higher than a 3 on a D3, so they pass.
Yeah, because they will go
At the
from
cost
4
of 1 command point.
at 1 command point. Okay, so we're going to go into guardsman turn 1. Alright, let's go. Let's do it. Right, before we move into that turn actually, just going to recap this. So the Wheel of Chaos, I needed to get objective 2. I'm not within 3 inches of the objective on that one, so we're going to hold on to that. Objective 4 we do get, so yay. We do have first strike times 3 because I killed 3 units, so Greg now needs to kill 3 units to get first strike as well. For the Dark Gods, either kill a unit or cause it to disappear due to morale, so scored that. And Assassinate, I haven't killed any characters yet. So, carrying on with Imperial Guard, Imperial Guard turn 1. Okay, so end of Imperial Guard turn 1. The Inquisition Chimera has burst through the ruins after hearing tremendous death and hail and everything going on top of it. Has decided to bail out the building, heading straight for the landing pad. The Lehman Russ, you popped a Stratagem.
I used the stratagem jury rigging and also tried to use the tech priest to repair it. Unfortunately, only rolled in a 1 on the D3, but it's fixed up a little bit.
Cool. So it's gone up by 2 wounds, hasn't it?
That's correct.
Yeah. Not much else has moved. I mean, the Rattling has popped its head round the corner going, what was that mess that's just occurred?
That woke him up.
Sentinels and everything over here hasn't moved. It's sort of just standing still, getting ready to do its stuff. Over here, we had the Chimera disembark the Guardsmen. The Guardsmen have gone up to the wall, looking over fearfully as a leering demon, the greater demon of Slanesh, leering back at them as they cower behind the wall. The Chimera has moved up to provide fire support. The Valkyrie has turned around, deciding to bring to bear missiles, las cannons, everything that they can think of to bring down this monstrosity.
New orders, yes. It's gone into hover mode and it's going to try and unload its payload into the giant greater demon coming across the table at Guardsman.
Yes, because that could be an issue. And that's about it. So we're going to go into the psychic phase.
The only psychic power, I've only got 1 psycho on the table at the moment, and it's just this chap here, and he's going to try and do his psychic power Night Shroud, and he's going to cast it on the Lehman Russ here that's took a bit of fire, and I need a 6 to get that. And I do, on a 10.
On a 10. So,
do you have anyone close enough to try tonight? I don't think you do.
It's
I think we done this earlier when I measured
18.
your...
Yep, and no, he hasn't moved.
24 inches to deny.
Is it 24 to deny?
Yep. And I checked in the, nothing's moved, and I checked in your face last if I could deny your powers, so I don't think you can mine.
No, I think we're in agreement with that. So what does that power actually do?
Night Shroud, right? It, in a nutshell, you're at a -1 to hit that unit.
In shooting
until my next psychic phase. I think it's just -1 full stop.
If it's -1 full stop, that's brilliant.
No, ranged weapons. It is ranged weaponry.
Okay. So if I do fist it, I can fist it well. Okay, good to know. Right, so we're going to go into... Do you want to do Smite at all?
You only can cast 1 power per psychic phase, and he's the only person who can do psychic powers on the table at the moment.
Okie dokie. Greyfax is also a psyker, isn't she?
She is, and I do have an Astropath as well, who is with Greyfax.
Okie dokie. Alright, let's move on to the Imperial Guard shooting phase. Okay, so end of turn 1 Imperial Guard and Inquisition shooting phase. This unloaded everything apart from a missile into the squad down here, no damage. Leviathan took the missile. Actually, the Leviathan took a lot of shots. Only took 2-3 wounds, I think, about that. Chaos Marines are fine. Sorcerer is fine. Land Raider's taken 6 wounds. That was from the Vanquisher, who got a double 6 on its Vanquisher cannon damage roll. Sentinels sort of whiffed. I think pretty much everything else whiffed. But you did do a good effort. You threw a lot of firepower into that Keeper of Secrets, who has now gone down to 7 wounds. She's feeling a bit hurt. She's a bit angry. So we're going to see what happens there. The Havocs did lose the Sergeant. He did get popped. And we're now going to do a leadership test on the Demonettes, because they also lost 4 demons. So we're now going to see if they lose any more. If I roll a 1, I'm going to say this now, I'm sorry.
You got the banner?
Yeah, there's a banner. So D6 would come back. I rolled a 6. It's quite the opposite, actually. So 6 plus 4 is 10. Their leadership is 7. So they're going to lose 3 more Demonettes. Okay.
3 vapor into the warp.
Into the ether. Yeah, exactly. So that's going to be the end of Imperial Guard turn 1. Do you want to quickly just see what objectives you've got, like card-wise? And if you're going to discard any, which ones you're going to discard?
No, I'm not going to Yeah, actually, tell you what, I'm going to discard secure objective 4.
Yeah, so if we quickly just read out what the cards were, because we forgot to do that at the beginning.
I've got secure objective 2, defend objective 1, secure objective 4, and supremacy.
Okay.
and I'm going to get rid of the objective 4 one, so that can go to the bottom of my deck. But the other 3 are staying.
Okay.
I haven't...
You're still defending objective 1, aren't you?
That's correct.
Because that's over here, in this little section over here. Exactly. Thank you very much. Right, so we're going to go into Chaos, turn 2. Okay, so Chaos turn 2, movement phase. Everything's moved up, so we did draw 2 new cards. We did get defend objective 4 and secure objective 1. Objective 1 is now over there. The Keeper of Secrets has leapt across going, ooh, juicy humans. Gribble, gribble, gribble. Yum, 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 yum. And she's going to eat them all up. So she's going to try and take objective 1 away from the guard. The demonettes have swarmed through what feels like Cadia's Gate, but it's not Cadia's Gate. It's more of just a ruined building, but it did look epic. Havocs have moved up. Leviathan's moved over to get that reroll 1 from the Lord. Landraider has moved over to get the Russes into line of sight. This unit down here is standing still because it's still got orders to defend the oil rig because it contains material for the ships that Abaddon may send as reinforcements for securing this, this city, Hive City for Chaos. The guardsmen, or my cultists, have moved up, ready to go after the regimented expertise of the Imperial Guard over here. See if they could do something. And that's about it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to the psychic phase, and we're going to do that on camera. So let me grab 2 dice. So what we're going to do is we are going to get the Herald that is in here, the one with the red dress. Her closest enemy unit is actually the Sentinels. So what she's going to do, she's going to cast a Cacophonic Choir, which will require them to take a leadership test. If she gets higher than a 10 on this, you have to apply a +2 modifier to your leadership test. And she got a 8, so she's cast it, but it's not a 10. So you just take a leadership test now on 2d6 for me, please.
On 2?
2d6, yeah, that's what the psychic power says. 2d6. And then every point is a mortal wound. You pass your leadership test, so you're all good. The Psyker over here is going to cast Prescience on the squad in front of her, or him, sorry, which requires a... Do you mind just quickly checking Prescience for me? I think it's a 6 or a 7.
It's a 7.
It's a 7, so it requires a 7. That's a 2 and a 3, that's a 5, it fails. I'm not re-rolling that. And instead he's going to cast Delightful Agony. Yeah, Delightful Agonies, or the one that gives a 5-up nope to the Leviathan. And that is cast on a 8. Do you want to see if you're in range with your Psyker?
Just out.
Just out.
Of it. So you're all right there.
Okay, so that's... I guess I could Smite. The Herald is going to attempt to cast Smite then. No, she can only do 1 a turn. What about the Keeper of Secret? She can do 2. She can do 2. So the Keeper of Secret is going to do Smite.
Okay.
Cast it on a 5.
Okay.
Would you like to try and
attempt to deny? I think that's not a high scoring roll, so hopefully I can... Nope, I failed to deny it, and that's my...
So that's D3 on the unit directly in front of her. And that's going to be 3.
Oh.
Okay. So we are now going to go into the shooting phase, and we'll be right back. So, end of Chaos turn 2 shooting phase. This unit stood still, fired all their shots and plasma and everything, only did a single wound to the Chimera, which is a positive. The squad over here didn't fire? Oh well. oh dear. No, don't worry about it, I've forgotten about it. They won't fire then. The Sorcerer didn't fire as well because he's out of range. The Land Raiders actually providing quite a bit of fire support this game.
As they should be as well, really, like Land Raiders.
Yeah. They're not just transports now, like transport's the secondary effect now rather than the first, which it used to be. But the last cannons opened fire, 1 open fire on the Lehman Russ here again, popped 5 wounds off that Lehman Russ. The other one did nothing against the Vanquisher that's hidden behind this building. The heavy bolters managed to plop a wound off a sentinel. The Leviathan then opened fire and did nothing. And then the chain guns opened fire and actually brought down a sentinel in a mass hail of fire. All you could hear was the whining of chain guns and the smoke billowing from the barrels of their weapons. The demonettes and everything are all primed, ready for some charges, which is going to be glorious in a minute. And we've got the Keeper of Secrets over there, which we're going to do on camera as well, some charges. The captain down here actually caused 3 wounds on a sentinel on his own because the Angel's Bane bolter, being 3 damage, flat damage if you're an Imperium model, which is great. And then the cultists moved up into cover. Even though the guardsmen took cover and were hiding and bunkered down, they still lost 4 guardsmen to overwhelming auto gun fire. So we're going to go into charges now. So I'm going to choose units that I'm going to charge with. So the Keeper of Secrets over here is going to charge the Guardsman squad, just so it can pop over and...
The nearest unit?
The nearest unit, wherever he is. Or is it just one?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, he's going to die. In fact, she's going to go after him and the other unit as well, just in case she gets enough. Charge? Yeah. The demonettes down here are all going to charge into the sentinels and the chimera. And that is actually going to be all of the charges. So we're going to roll for the Keeper of Secrets, see what she gets first of all. She did get a 7. 7's easily going to get her into the units over there.
She makes it in.
The demonettes, what do they... Craig, do you mind just measuring that for me, please? Measuring from the closest demonet to that
minimum is a 4.
So I need to roll a 3 there. And then I need what?
An
10?
8.
Or a 9.
An 8 will get you into the Chimera as well.
So I need a 7 overall on 2d6 because I get +1 to my charges because of the
but a
trumpet.
4 will do it.
But a 4 will definitely get me into combat this turn. A 9 will do it. Zinch wants it. So we're going to move them up in a second and do the Overwatch off camera. And that was it in the form of charges. So we'll now get back to you at the end of the fight phase. So, end of combat. We have knocked out a sentinel over there by the demonettes. The demonettes came in, absolutely chomping down one of the sentinels. It did go boom, caused a wound to the demonettes, caused a wound to the other sentinel, caused a wound to the chimera as well. And the Psycho's taken a wound as well. And then the sentinel booted a demonette through a, American football goal somewhere off in the distance and scored. Or a rugby post, I guess, if you're British. I guess rugby's better. Killing 1, so there's 2 dead in that unit. Cannot fail leadership at that point. Only on a 6 can it fail a leadership test. So we'll do that now actually. So on a 6 they lose an extra model. No, it's a 1, they get D6 back. A 1. But I think I'm going to command point that.
Fair enough.
So I'll leave that dice there for the time being. Thank you very much. Come on, anything better than a 1? 3, so we get 3 demonettes back, so I lost 2, but I get a net gain of 1, which is worth it. And then do I get my point back? I do not. So I'm down to 3 command points, and I get 3 demonettes back. Cool, so Keeper of Secrets regained a wound by using her sinister hand. The guardsmen over here, however, do have to take a morale test. So shall we do that quickly now?
Yep, absolutely. I need a 1, 2 or a 3 to pass those.
1, 2 or 3.
2.
Does it well.
Yep, they lost 3. Takes them, actually, a 4 would have been alright for them as well. This unit, I need 1, 2 or 3. They lost 4. Takes their leadership of 7 down to a 3. So I need a 3 or under. A 2 as well. So the guardsmen are alright. They hold firm.
They're not unnerved. Even with a Keeper of Secrets.
They're 15-foot naked 4-armed demons. Don't rattle their cage.
Well, no, I think it's the 6 nipples. I think there's what's helping it. I'm watching their commander trying to. No, we'll keep it PG. We're going to keep it PG.
It's very PG. Plus, they've got their commander at their side, bolstering their bravery.
Exactly. Right, let's have a look at the objectives then for myself. So we do get Will of Chaos. So we do get that for a single. Yep, for a single CP, BP, sorry. Assassinate. We haven't killed a character yet, so we'll keep that to one side because I don't think sergeants count as characters anymore. Defend objective 4. We're in the process of doing. And secure objective 1. Have you got a OBSEC unit within that? No. So
You've done it. You got objective 1.
Got the objective 1. Stopped you defending objective 1 as well.
Cleared the house.
She definitely cleared something. So yeah, so that's the end of Chaos turn 2. So we're going to move on to the Imperial Guard turn 2, and we'll come back after the movement phase. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so end of turn 2 Imperial Guard. So we're going to start over here. So the Chimera has moved forward, blocking that lane, traffic lane down there. The Inquisitor Greyfax has heard whispers upon the Vox, and with her retinue asking constantly what's going on the outside, Greyfax has decided, you know what, we're going to have to join the fight. So she jumped out with her best pal, the monkey, Curious George. Jumped out, was pointing his finger, it's just like, I'm going to shoot things with my finger, it's going to be all good. But there are some flamers in there, and they are looking at my Chaos Space Marine squad, looking to toast them, I think. Possibly even charge. I'm not too sure. Well, we'll see what happens there. Nothing has happened over here. Everything's fallen back from the Demonettes, so the Sentinels moved back, Chimeras moved back, so they're not shooting. The Chimeras had the Guardsmen move out, and as you can see at the back here, that the Guardsmen and the Psyker has moved around. They're all aiming to take down the Demon. Everything has fallen back out from the Demon, and I have a feeling that those 8 wounds are not going to be enough to keep the Demon in play. The Guardsmen over here have hopped from cover to cover, coming towards the Cultists. The Cultists looking rather sheepishly towards the anger within the faces of the death masks of the Steel Legion as they clamber over Veracrete towards the Cultists. And everything else sort of remains still. So we're going to now go into the psychic phase. So, Mr. Greg, would you like to grab yourself a 2d6 and see what we can do?
I'm going to charge. Greyfax is going to attempt to cast Terrify on the nearest unit of Chaos Space Marines, and that goes off on a 6.
So on this unit here, right.
I'll get that just on a 6.
Just on a 6.
That on that unit there.
And what does Terrify do?
It reduces their leadership by 1, and also stops them from being able to fire Overwatch.
Oof. I am going to try and stop that because my sorcerer is nearby. So my sorcerer is going to give that a good old crack. What other spells do you have access to?
I'm also, the Astropath is also going to cast Psychic Barrier on the unit of Acolytes that he's with, giving them a +1 to their saving throws till the next psychic phase.
Tasty. Okay, well I'm going to try and stop that -1 leadership knowing Overwatch thing. So let's see if I can stop it. So you got it on a
6.
On a 6.
So you need a 7.
I got a 9. So that is denied.
Okay, Psychic Barrier, which is also a 6. Fail. I fail.
Yeah.
To cast that. And lastly, my Primaris Psycho over here is going to attempt to smite
the Greater Demon.
And I am going to... No, actually, do you know what? I'm not. I was about to say I'm going to try and go for the big smite, but no. As I'm down to 1 command point, I've got got something else in mind for that. So I'll pass it.
Okay, so it passes it on a 7. I need a 8 to stop this.
That's correct.
So can the Keeper of Secrets get rid of the psychic energy that's forming towards her in a nasty eldritchic lightning formation? Let's see. That is an 8.
So good denying.
Yes.
Good denying.
Anyone would think was Zinch. But
that's my psychic phase finished.
okay, so we're going to move on to shooting, and we're going to see what horrible Daka can happen now. So, end of shooting phase, turn 2 for the Imperial Guard. Pretty effective. We lost 2 Marines here from this squad. The Habits got bombarded by a battle cannon and took 2 wounds. So they will need to take a morale test, because they'll be down to 7, plus 1 because of Black Legion, so 8. Take away 2, 6, no, they can't fail. Cultists took 2 wounds. Not much else going on there. Nothing else got wounded. The Demonettes have taken a bit of a pounding this turn. They will take a leadership test. They are needing to roll a 1 because they've lost quite a few of their number. And the Keeper of Secrets has taken quite a bit of a pounding as well, down to 4 wounds, and hopefully is about to get charged. Please? So, Greg, take us through your charges, please, sir.
My psychic is going to charge the Keeper of Secrets. Does it have any ranged weaponry?
Sorry, who's charging? Your Psycho. It does not. I have not given it the Livian Lash.
Okay.
But there is something that you should be aware of, and that's the Slanesh special rule.
Do they always fight first?
I'm just going to double check.
Unless you have a rule which also allows you to fight first, such as charging,
Which then they can go...
then it goes to alternating as per normal combat.
Yes. So just keep that in mind. If you don't go with her first... Or
if I had a
him
cannon
first.
to launch them out of at her, I would. I'm fine bodies out here now, yeah.
Okay. Right, so any other charges?
Yes, loads. Everything here that can charge is charging her.
Okay.
That's all charging the cultists. They're charging the Space Marines.
They're charging the Space Marines. Alright, well, so we're going to do the roll up of the charges now to see who gets in where.
Okay.
Because I'll do Overwatch on.
Let's start with the Inquisition.
Okay, so...
The Demon Host is going to try and make it into the Chaos Space Marines.
Yep.
It most certainly does.
With a 10. Unless it does to Overwatch.
Shall we come back to this? Because we don't know if it's going to die from Overwatch yet.
That is very true. Right, we'll come back in a second. Okay, so we're back. So we did the Overwatch, and the Overwatch was unfruitful. So the Demon Host does get in with a 10-inch charge. That's going to be a bit painful.
So, do the Acolytes make it in? They most certainly do.
With a 10. Are you sure you're not worshippers of Khorne?
Very sure.
Okay. So you get to punch up some guardsmen now.
And Greyfax is going to multi-charge the Sorcerer as well.
That's going to be impressive.
You can fire Overwatch for the Sorcerer if you like. Gets shot with his bolt pistol, doesn't he?
Nope.
Okay. She definitely makes it in though, with an 8.
Makes it into there, but not into the Sorcerer.
No, not just yet.
Well, she can't hit something that she can't. She didn't charge.
She has charged. She declared a charge against the
Yeah,
Sorcerer.
but failed against the Sorcerer. Yeah.
The other two stay where they are.
Okay. The old man and the monkey will stay put.
So he made it in, didn't he? Previously.
I don't believe you've rolled them.
No,
So-
you're right, sorry. That's 5, which I'm pretty sure is going to be enough.
Yeah, 5 seems to be enough. So he's come whizzing in.
The Guardsmen now are going to go in. Easy.
I don't think they need any help with that.
No. And the platoon commander.
Goes in with an 8.
Enough. The Chimera is going to go into the cultists.
No, it's not.
Oh, it fails.
So I'll get to Overwatch that.
Yep.
And then I will also get to Overwatch the guardsmen as they run in.
They easily get enough.
Yeah, they get in. But
And then the commander as
yeah,
well.
so I get to Overwatch the Chimera and the guard squad over there.
Do you know what else? I think my Chimera is going to ram that squad at the back. It's going to try and mow them down.
Okay. Not
But it
5.
doesn't make it.
Nope, so it's going to suffer some Overwatch as well. Right, so we're going to do the Overwatch quickly. Unless you've got any other charges.
Nope.
No more brave guardsmen. Okie dokie, right, so we'll come back at the end of the fight phase then. Okay, so that's the end of turn 2? Is it only turn 2?
Does it turn?
Might be turn 3. No, turn 2. No, it must be turn
Turn
2.
two.
We'll go with turn 2. I'll edit it, say otherwise. Anyway, so we had the combat, so they charged in, they killed three Marines, lost a guardsman back. Greyfax has taken a wound. Over here, the cultists scored a wound back, but lost 2 guys of their own. The Keeper of Secrets is still alive with 1 wound and has killed both the Psyker and the platoon commander. And now we're going to do some morale tests. So, Greg, let's start off with you because you seem ready. So let's do some morale.
Yep. The only morale test I need to take is for those chaps over there. And
How many did they lose? 3.
so... Oh.
I can't see that. There's a 1.
Oh no!
They're not
no,
demons?
that's alright, I'm forgetting.
Yeah.
I'm alright, I'm forgetting how it works for a second then.
That's all good. Right,
They're
so
fine.
my cultists, they lost 4. So they go down to leadership 2. They're going to be fine too. The Havocs need to take a leadership test, but they can't fail with an 8 because they lost 2. They're down to 6.
Is their leadership 8?
Yeah, leadership 7 base.
You can't roll over a 6 with a d6, so
They're
they
fine.
pass.
A Marine squad over here lost 5, so 5 take away 9. No, 10 because they're leadership 10.
Are they?
Yeah, Icon of Vengeance plus leadership bonus from Black Legions plus 2.
Okay.
So 5 take away 5 is 5, so on a 6, 1 will run. Nope, so they're fine. And that is all the morale tests for me this turn. So we're going to now go into Chaos turn 3, and we'll see you after the movement phase. Okay, so Chaos turn 3 movement phase is now complete. The Chaos Space Marine squad over here has now managed to move towards Objective 2, ignoring the Chimera. It's going to go and bolster up this unit over here. Land Raider has moved up to the fountain, deciding to park there for the rest of the game. Leviathan has moved up, looking at some tasty battle tanks in the background. My Warlord Eldron has moved up. Havocs have also moved up. Demonettes have wandered around. They're going to try and assassinate Yarrick, which is behind this building. Herald is going to come up and see if she can do some damage to maybe some of the Sentinels or something like that, wipe them out. Cultist is still the same with the Imperial Guard over here, and the Greater Demon is still the same over there as well. So we're going to do some Psychic Phase stuff now. So we're going to start off with the Keeper of Secrets. She's going to cast Cacophony Choir against the Imperial Guard squad that she's locked in combat with. So she needs a 6 to cast this. She gets it with an 8, and that's the 2d6 leadership. Anything that's over your leadership, you take as mortal wounds, please, sir. You seem to like passing your leadership tests. She's going to also cast Smite as a second power. Oh, actually, no. No, she's going to cast the ability to do combat for the second time. Actually, where is the demon book? Can someone look up for me, please? It's the one of them's the Chaos Space Marine book, and one of them's the Chaos Demon book. That's the Chaos Space Marine book. pretty sure I haven't taken the theme book. Looking for circuit powers. Drop dice. Right, we'll come back to you in a second. Okay, so we're going to go with Hysterical Frenzy on the Keeper of Secrets. It's cast on a walk charge of 8. That's a 7. She's not getting it. And I'm not going to re-roll it because I've got 2 command points left. There's no point. So, Sorcerer over here is going to cast... what does he want to cast? Delightful Agonies on the Leviathan again. Fails to cast it this time. And is then going to cast Prescience on the Lamb Raider. And Prescience doesn't go off either. Okay, so that's down to the Herald. Can the Herald do it? So the Herald is going to cast Delightful Agonies as well, but she's going to do that on the Demonette squad. Nope. Oh wait, I can't even cast it anyway. She's already cast it once. Whack whack. Okay, right, so we're going to skip the Psychic phase, we're going to go straight into the shooting phase. Okay, end of the Chaos turn 3 shooting phase. Wiped out the back squad of guardsmen over there. Guardsmen should flee, hopefully. Did quite a few wounds over here, did 4 wounds to the Chimera. And I think that is about it. Give or take, because everything else just sort of whiffed. And we'll keep it at that. So we're going to go into combat. So, charges. I am going to charge with the Leviathan. The Leviathan is going to charge into this combat over here. The Greyfax unit here.
Sure.
100% sure. So we're going to see if he goes in with a 5. He might not. He might not.
No, that'll get you within an inch. You're just charging into all of that in general.
Well, in general, yeah. I just declared Greyfax because Greyfax. The Herald is also going to charge the Sentinel. So with the Sentinel, we'd like to overwatch with the last cannon. We'll just get that on camera because it's not... Oh, it does hit. I told you, these Sentinels are dangerous when they've got last cannons for overwatch. It does.
Oh, it doesn't wound.
Okay, so does the Herald get in? She will do.
Absolutely. Just like that, you happy with that?
Well, I might move her around just so that she's got the 6-inch bubble to give +1 strength to the Demonettes. The Demonettes are going to charge Yarrick.
Okay, so he's going to rapid fire his Storm Bolter into them. And re-rolls once because he's Yarrick. And 1 hit.
Oh, 1 hit, okay. So
wounding on a 3. Doesn't wound.
Okay, so Demonettes get +1 to this. So they get a 8. So they're into Yarrick.
You are most certainly in.
Excellent.
Would you like me just to...
Yeah, as long as you can
push it in for you?
Yeah, as long as you get 1 Demonette that's still in cohesion within 6 inches of the Herald, then that'll be grand.
Yeah, I can do that for you.
Thank you. And then I'm going to... Yeah, let's go and wreck that Chimera. So this unit of Chaos Space Marines down here is going to charge the Chimera as well. I'm going to see if they get in. So that is a 9, that is a 6. So they're going to definitely get into that Chimera. Does the Chimera like to overwatch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Multi-laser. Misses.
Okay.
And heavy bolter. Heavy flamer, sorry. 5.
I forgot it's got a heavy flamer. This might hurt.
Wounding on 3s. 5 wounds.
5
and
wounds.
That's -1 damage each.
Oof. So that's going to be 1, 2 dead.
3.
2, 3. Yeah, because it's AP1, isn't it? So that's 3 dead. 3 dead Marines. Blink. But with a 9, they are still going to be getting in. Okay, so let's go with the charged units then. And we'll come back at the end of the fight phase. Okay, so end of fighting in close combat for Chaos turn 3. This is still a bit of a mess. That's lost wounds. Leviathan did nothing apart from kill 2 acolytes. The Herald has finished off the Sentinel over there. Yarrick was knocked down, but he got back up. I'm waiting for someone to sing it. Cultist over here killed the guard squad, and then the Greater Demon has slaughtered 6 Imperial Guardsmen that have surrounded her. She does heal D3 wounds because
Not just yet, she doesn't, sorry. The company commander is still yet to fight.
Oh, you've kept that quiet, you cheeky so-and-so.
Kept it quiet.
Kept that quiet.
Forgot.
Right.
He hits on force.
Yeah, go on.
2 hits.
2 hits.
He's going to wound on fires.
Yeah.
1 wound. So just going to be a beer involved. At least she's all right.
She's very all right. Right, going back to the D3 roll. She heals back 3 wounds. Yeah, she is touching many people at this point. Yeah, okay. Enough about that. Right, morale. Can you do some morale, please?
It's only they need to take morale. Oh no, he runs automatically. I can't. Oh, actually, on a 1, sorry, on a 1 is an automatic pass.
Nope.
No. And I think they also need a 1. It's a 3, so
There is 3 more guys. Okay. Okay, that's promising. That's promising. I need to take a morale test over here. They're still leadership 10, but they did lose 2 models, so they can't fail. And there's no other leadership anywhere else for me. I didn't lose any demonettes, so as far as I can remember, I didn't lose any demonettes. Everyone's nodding. Nope, everyone's shaking. Okay. Okay, right. So we're going to go to the really quickly into Imperial Guard turn 3. Okay, end of turn 3 Imperial Guard. So the only thing that really moved, by the looks of it, is people fell out of combat over here against the Great Demon, which is no surprise. The tank over here has moved up, and the Lehman Russ over here has regained 3 wounds. So it's slowly going back up to optimal firing potential. As the tech priest
back to its top tier now.
Well, that tech priest is definitely getting a promotion. It's definitely putting back together the plates and
redeeming himself a little after the earlier rounds. Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, that's the end of the shooting. No movement. And what about psychic? No psychic for you now.
There is.
Oh, is there psychic?
Still got 2 psychers.
Oh, yeah, great facts.
He's going to cast Psychic Barrier on Greyfax.
Okay.
I need a dice. I need a 6 for that to go off. Goes off on a 10.
On a 10. Dispel Scroll.
+1 to her saving rolls.
No, I was making a joke about Dispel Scrolls, about fantasy. If the casting rate was too high, you'd throw Dispel Scroll at it.
Sorry, mate, I didn't play it.
You didn't play it? Hopefully some of the viewers will. Okay, so I'm going to try and dispel that with the Sorcerer.
Okay.
That is a 6, so no chance.
And Greyfax is going to smite the nearest unit.
Okay.
And goes off just with a 5.
5. I have no more people within 24. I don't think the Herald's within 24.
Most certainly is.
Okay, the Herald will try and stop it. Needs to be at 5. Gets a 4.
Bad luck. So it does D3. 3.
Oh, it just wipes out everyone but the Sergeant. So, Sarge is on his own, staring down Greyfax. That hurt. Right, so what are you going to do now then? Is that the end of Psychic, or...?
Yes.
You sure? The Astropath is still alive?
Yeah, he cast Psychic Barrier.
Oh, is there only 1 per turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorted then. Right, okay, well, we'll move on to shooting phase then. Okay, so end of turn 3, shooting phase for the Imperial Guard. They got absolutely mullered. So they're dead. The Chaos Space Marines are now gone. The Havocs were shot at, nothing happened there. Keeper of Secrets lost a single wound. The Land Raider has taken significant damage from both Lehman Russes, and we're now going to be going into charges So is there any charges you want to declare, Greg?
Yeah. Yeah. Just that my acolyte there is going to charge as sorcerer.
Sure.
That is it. That's it.
Okay. So my sorcerer is going to fire its bolt pistol. Misses. Anyway,
It makes it in.
Okay, so we're going to go to the end of the fight phase and we'll be right back. Okay, so end of combat phase for the Imperial Guard. Did a wound over here with cultists and they did a wound back. Sorcerer killed the last acolyte. Greyfax got drill fisted into the next millennium. They'll be finding her all over the floor for many years to come, I think. The Chimera has taken another wound from a Space Marine. The Demonets knocked Yarrick down again and then he got back up again. And that's about it. So morale for any units that need to take it. That was fun. So
You lost a few Demonets. Is that enough to push them around for them?
do you know what? I can't remember how many died.
Okay, I gave you 3, didn't I?
3? Well, we'll say 3 then. If it's not, it's not. But
Pretty sure it's
we'll go with 3. So 7 down to 3. We're fine.
You okay?
Because we rolled a 4. So we're going to go into Chaos turn 4 and we'll get back to you at the... Well, we'll just sum it up because there's not much else going on. So we'll just sum up at the end of the turn. Okay, so end of turn 4 for Chaos Space Marines. Shooting was relatively decent. As you can see, this unit here is completely gone now. The Valkyrie was ripped apart by the Keeper of Secrets. Yarrick fell down and got up again. I don't know how many times I'm going to keep saying that in this game, I don't know. This pain in the backside box won't die. Got power fisted so many times it's just surviving. And the Sorcerer did nothing against the Leman Russ, but it does tie up the Leman Russ. So we're going to go into turn 4 Imperial Guard. In fact, actually, do you want to make your attacks back with your Leman Russ battle tank? Yeah. Right, so Greg, roll them up for me, please. Okay. Imperial Guard, turn 1 at 4. Okay. Okay, so end of turn 4 for Imperial Guard. We did everything all together. So what happened was, over here, the Chimera is now dead from combat. A Havoc died to shoot in. The upsetting one was that the Vanquisher Cannon turned around and blew the 7 bells of crap out of the Keeper of Secrets, which was muchly deserved by now. The boss man over here was stabbed to death by cultists as they rapidly took him down and beat him and used his organs as the next sacrifice element to summon more demons. The demons over here have finally killed Yarrick, and he finally fell for the final time. And at the close of turn 4, the Imperial Guard... yeah, eventually he'll be back. At the close of turn 4, the Imperial Guard are slowly losing men, tanks and everything, left, right and centre. It's only a matter of time now before they fall, just like Cadia. Chaos, turn 5. So there's not going to be a turn 5. What we've decided is that due to the nature of Chaos and the game going absolutely chaotic, Greg has decided to call it there. It is 10 points to 3 to Chaos. Greg, thank you very much for coming down to take part in our channel.
Thank you very much, mate. I really enjoyed it.
It was definitely much more fun than fighting Harlequins, I must admit.
Well, Yarrick's going to have to get back to base now and give it a rethink.
Give it a good old scratch on the old noggin and see if he can get somewhere. But this is interesting because both the main characters both survived. The Keeper of Secrets was rebanished, so we may see more of them eventually turn up. But Eldron and his Sorcerer has now succeeded in gaining the favour of Slaanesh, the favour of the Dark Gods. They've gained some new reinforcements, and Abaddon has heard about their tales and is sending new heretic Astartes to the planet of Escadora. Next game, it's going to be big.